Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back, y'all, with a brand new season of The Real Housewives of Potomac, season 10, episode 1. They are in the double digits, honey. Congratulations and happy birthday. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. So when the episode first opens up, the ladies are back, of course. When it opens up, we see September 2nd, 2025. Now, y'all know that's the date that Karen got released from the big house, okay? And baby, it was given an upscale version of Love After Lockup. You know how they show you when the people be getting released and the people that's being silly and sending their whole damn checks to them the whole time they've been locked up, stand outside the gates and wait. That's what it was given, but make it luxury. Moving forward. So then we see 6 months earlier, all the news reports of Karen's sentencing and how she's going to be in there for however long she's going to be in there. So then March 1st, 2025 comes up. That's only a few days after Karen was actually sentenced. We see Giselle at home, and it's 2 days after that. Of course, you know, she feels really bad because Karen is the other half of the face of Potomac. If you think about Potomac, you think about Giselle and you think about Karen. That's just what it is. I mean, love them or hate them, however you feel about the situation, those are the two people that you think about. So, you know, she wants Karen out and about and whatnot. So then Ashley arrives. Giselle. Girl, don't piss me off. Why do you have that mat that says Hotel Giselle? You know this is the Etch a Sketch house. Girl, goodbye and good night. I couldn't help but notice that. I said, not crossing over the threshold with this damn Hotel Giselle mat on the floor. Baby, this is a mess. Anywho, Ashley arrives, already pissing me off with this strong hairlined wig. Ma'am, why is that hairline so strong on that wig? You have beautiful hair. Why do you have that wig on? You done became a divorcee and started wearing their wigs? Girl, goodbye. So she got that wig. I'm sorry. Potomac is that franchise that I can't help but make jokes, honey. So Ashley got that wig on. Her and Giselle are trying to be funny, talking about they want Karen to be in the AARP section of the jail. She will not, okay? She will be right with the other inmates in general population, okay? Ain't no damn Grand Dame section. She's going to be out there with everybody else. And that's just that on that. Moving forward. So then all the ladies are coming. Of course, Giselle invited everybody because, I mean, they told her she had to. Kiearna and Wendy arrived first, and Wendy is finally allowed on the inside. Okay, girl, you done made it. You done made it. Meanwhile, Ashley has found someone else to pick on, which is Stacy, because before Stacy got there or any of the other ladies, Ashley and Giselle were kind of talking about, you know, Stacy and how she lies. And child, y'all were good friends with a liar a few seasons back. Now all of a sudden it's a problem. Mia, anyone? So then Giselle starts talking about why Stacy got a car just like Ashley's, because Stacy pulls up and she was like, girl, why she got a car just like you? Ma'am, I am almost certain that she does not want to be like Ashley in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Trust when I say Stacy is a lot of things and she might be still rising and whatnot, but she definitely is not copying off of Ashley. So they all go and sit down and they're sharing their feelings about Karen's sentencing, right? And the fact that she's going to be in jail. So then Wendy said, you know, Karen was once really my good friend. So I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I still feel bad. And I wake up every day like, oh my gosh, Karen's in jail. Okay. Mind you, it's only been 2 days. So then Ashley claims that she cried every day. And I'm like, okay, girl, I don't believe nothing that come out of Ashley's mouth. Okay. Now that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note and she ain't fooling me. So then Giselle says, well, you know, there does need to be some accountability and some consequences. This is the 4th DUI. So, I mean, at this point, it really just is what it is. And I respect her for saying that because they're acting like it happened to her. She did it. She did it. Nobody did it to her. This is not her being wrongfully accused. This is not her being locked up accidentally. She did it. So with that comes consequences. Karen too damn seasoned not to know right from wrong. So therefore, and thus and such, she locked up. Shout out to Akon. Moving forward. So then Ashley switched on over, honey, because they started talking about being Thomas Jefferson's concubine, okay? And so speaking of TJ, they transition right on over to Stacy. I said, oh, baby, this is going to be a fool. So anywho, Ashley brings up the reunion and how Stacy was, outed as paying TJ to come on the show as her boyfriend. Honey, she ain't the first and she ain't going to be the last. Stacy was like, well, TJ called me and I spoke to him. He was so remorseful. He wanted to come on TV and retract it and take it all back. Girl, please. Not the way he was over there on that Instagram, excited about that attention he was getting. That man didn't want to come nowhere near this show. Okay? Now, I don't know what y'all got going on. It's giving creepy and weird because I saw a few episodes before the premiere of this one to refresh me about last season. That's how forgetful it was. And he was sitting up at that table crying. So if he was doing all that and you were paying him, something wrong with both y'all. But maybe that's just me. And Stacy, they are saying that you have filled Mia's big shoes with a little lying problem. Now, I don't know if you're lying or not, but I think you might be. But it's okay. I don't care one way or the other. I don't give a damn if you're paying TJ or not. I don't care if you paid him. I don't care if you gave him a money order, a cashier's check. I really don't care. Okay, I'm just happy to not have to see him again. So it don't make me know, never mind. So then Kiearna wanted to know, well, what kind of relationship was it, girl? Like, what is going on? Stacy was like, well, there's no way that I would do any of that or lie or pay him to get on this show. I wouldn't do this for a payday. I just wouldn't do that. Kiearna said, girl, the people are saying that you were trying to get on this show for a little minute. Okay, they say you were trying to get on here for a hot minute. So I don't know. So then Stacy let her know, girl, I have been on TV for years. I'm here because this is the right time. And I know that might be a little touchy for you. Okay, and I feel like you're kind of being aggressive. I said, all right, now, Stacy. Okay, I don't know about all that. Wasn't nothing about her line of questioning aggressive. Everybody was asking questions and you just mad because what she said triggered you. You probably were trying to get on this show for a while. I don't know where she got the information from, but if the people on the street saying you were trying to get on this show for a while, then you might have been trying to get on this show for a while. Kiearna is just saying what the people were saying. I'm just saying. But the way that Stacy got extra dramatic, you guys, something really bad happened to me. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what done happened? Because stuff happened when the cameras go down. This lady gonna say, TJ said I was paying him. Stacy, please go away from me with this. Girl, please go away from me with this. Kiearna said, girl, you a liar. And I'm calling it out. And you couldn't even muster up a tear out of them beady little eyes. Okay, girl, you don't do nothing but lie. Girl, gone. Stacy was like, no, guys, you all have been hurt by a man before. Here go Gizzard. What? Don't be bringing us in your crap. Accountability is what this group is all about. Say what now? Accountability is what this group is all about. I don't remember you ever taking accountability for anything. There will be no accountability. Honey, I have never seen you take accountability for nothing. That is laughable. Girl, goodbye, good night. So then Stacy gets up and leaves because Gizzard has gotten on her nerves, and Ashley reveals that they were at this event. I think Gizzard is the one who revealed it. So Giselle revealed they were at this event, and TJ's best friend said that TJ is suing Stacy for half of her Real Housewives of Potomac check. I mean, people can sue for whatever they want to sue for. People can sue for anything. TJ is a thirst bucket. Two things can be true. Stacy probably told the man, come on here, because they saying Real Housewives, because Stacy looks like the type of person to take things literally. They want a housewife or someone in a relationship. I'm new. You're my best friend. So come on the show. Let's be in a relationship. But as far as him suing her for half her check, I don't buy that. I'm sorry. And y'all talking about the documents were this and the documents were that. Where are the documents? If he has them, show them. He was on IG lying and playing and skinning and grinning. Show the documents. Now, I guess Stacy is going to be the target this season. And y'all know it would not be a Housewives franchise without a target. I feel like that is so tired and exhausting. How many different times can we do the same damn thing? Just how many times? 2 months later. In the next scene, we see Wendy is at home. Now, this is 2 months after the heifers got together and whatnot. And they're showing a montage of everybody. I guess Wendy wants to remodel the kitchen and the whole damn house. Then they show Giselle and Cal. Child, I can tell he don't do her hair no more. Thank God. Then we see Ashley. She's at home. I don't know what she doing, honey. She gonna burn her bridal gown or whatever it was, child. Anywho, it's giving Robin season 1. Then we see Stacy going for dinner with a mystery man. I said, okay, we done landed over here with Stacy. And I was like, Harpo, who this man? So they pan the camera over to Stacy and this mystery man. Child, it is her ex-husband. I said, is he really an ex? So she tells us that they are now back together. So what had happened was they went on Christmas vacation together and found as a family. And then they found out that they were officially divorced while they were there. But then they realized that it wasn't over. Like their story wasn't over. And they're just going with the flow right now. They don't want to tell Arabella just yet because they don't want to confuse her, because you came to her and was like, hey, mommy and daddy are going to be living in a different house. We're getting divorced. And now the two of you are back together. So if it doesn't work, they don't want to confuse the baby. I said, baby, this is a ball of confusion even for me. All that money just to go right back? Oh, no. Hell no. This man is sending her Evites so they can go out on dates. I said, I didn't even know people still did Evites. He said he wants to do something a little bit different because calling and asking her on dates is kind of weird. I'm like, this whole situation is weird. They're at dinner talking about how people are going to think that they're crazy for being together again. He doesn't really care. Stacy's just happy to be their child. And listen, before anybody starts going in on Stacy, if Giselle can go back to Pastor Holy Whore after all his allegations and him being a cheater, pumpkin eater, then she can hang out with this man. Okay. Like we have seen this before. It's giving, we starting to recycle things. Okay. At this point, I'm gonna just tell you like this. If I had to grade the premiere episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac, I would give it a C. Yeah. I was gonna give it a D because damn it, I didn't feel like watching it, but I'm gonna give it a C because they tried. Okay. They tried. Now all you can do is try. Moving forward. One thing Potomac girls gonna do though is play with getting divorced. That's one thing they gonna do. They gonna lie about getting divorced and they gonna spin the block, honey. They gonna drive back, honey. Shout out to Candace. My question is this though, Stacy. Is he trying to rekindle this relationship with you because you are on this show now? Because he ain't want you before you got on this show. Now all of a sudden that you're on this show, he wants to make things work. And he ain't fooling me. Okay, don't be no fool. I'm gonna tell you like my grandma tell me all the time, baby, don't be no fool. Why does he want to get back together all of a sudden? Okay, it just ain't making no sense to me. Over on the other side of Potomac, Kiearna is at her new condo. Child, I am so happy she is not living with that man. Girl, you did not need to live with that man. Oh, I'm so happy you ain't over there making him them hard-ass scrambled eggs. I'm so happy you are in your own space because this is where you should have been the whole time. So she says, after 3 months of them being apart, he basically bribed her with a trip to Jamaica and she bit the bait. I'm like, girl, this man is not going to change. He knows he can get you just by taking you upon the road. Why are you going somewhere with him? He needs to prove that he's going to treat you better. That's what he needs to be doing. Now, her mom, who is beautiful, by the way, girl, the mama is sickening. Do you hear me? Just a pretty lady. Her mom wants to know, like, exactly what's going on between the two of you. Kiearna said that she's in therapy and they are dating. And mama said, okay, yeah, Greg is a no for me, big dog. Okay, he's a no. I didn't like how you were in that space and I just didn't like it. She told Kiearna, she said, listen, you have to think about your happiness. He has to work for it. Not just being happy sometimes and then the next day is bad, like your happiness as a whole. And I really did love how her mom told her the real, because some of these mamas just let you do whatever. I don't care how old you get. Sometimes you need some guidance. And I'm glad she kept it real with Kiearna because she saw how he showed his behind on this show. And she was just like, girl, have you seen you? Have you seen us? Okay. You can find somebody better. Have you seen Greg? Moving forward. And also, Kiearna, girl, do not hold on to that man. You can get a person that supports and loves you. You do not have to hold on to that man. It's a no for Gregory. In the next scene, we are back at Wendy's house and she's there with the family. Eddie is telling them he's going to Jersey to look at a new facility because he's expanding. He was in, I think he said 2 cities. Now he's going to be in 3. Congratulations, Eddie. Who would have thought old Deb would have helped brand a flourishing brand? Okay. Happy Eddie. Okay. So Wendy wanted to know what the kids wanted to be when they grew up. And her daughter says she wants to be a doctor just like her mommy. Here go the boys. She ain't no real doctor. Well, she got a doctor behind her name, so we'll go with that. So then her son said, does Chick-fil-A pay a lot of money? Sir, it pays a lot of money if you own it, okay? If you own it, yes, it pays a lot of money. In the next scene, Ashley is wearing this feathery denim skirt outside in the public. And she's telling us that she's officially divorced. She's at this boutique to look for dresses because she's having a divorce party. Now, she's inviting Stacy to come down and look at dresses to badger her about her divorce. Girl, leave that lady alone. It took you 4 seasons to divorce. Please leave that woman alone. Girl, you're getting on my nerves. Now, Ashley is having what she calls a second bloom ball. Girl, just say divorce party. Okay, that's like that damn sipping sea. Just say divorce party. Okay, I done got rid of Mr. Burns, and now I want to have a party. Okay, that's just say it. So when Stacy gets there, Ashley brings up the last time that they were together, and she's like, I really understand why you left. And Stacy said, okay, do you feel like you were doing too much? Because you say you understand why I left. Like, you get it, right? But then she tells Stacy about the lady saying that TJ is trying to sue, and Stacy is just sitting there blinking and looking. Stacy, are you getting sued or not? Because y'all are boring me. TJ not even here, and he ain't talking about nothing online either. And Ashley, what are you doing in your own life? Sitting up worrying about everything else she got going on. Please either tell Ashley where to go and how to get there, or tell us if this man is suing you. It's as simple as that. And Ashley, you've been in people's business since season 1. Y'all remember when she Googled Robin and found out that her and Juan had $5 and some magic beans in their bank account? Y'all remember that? Ashley Googled Robin. She said, oh my gosh, she's in the negative. Yeah, she's in the negative, child. And how about we get all in your business? Because when you were going through that divorce, you didn't want to tell anybody anything. Okay, you and Michael were not fooling me. You haven't shared nothing since Michael stopped showing up on camera. But see, the people seem to forget that because you're always in somebody else's business. So then Stacy proceeds to say, well, I don't want to talk about him. And then she says, do you want to know the truth, Ashley? Then she proceeds to tell a lie. Ma'am, you did not tell 1 ounce of the truth. Girl, what are you talking about? Talking about the truth is I let him go. And he's gone. And he's no longer here. Well, duh. Stacy, girl. Anyway, Stacy was like, I'm not about to go on and on and on about an imaginary friend. So then Ashley was like, the friend is not imaginary. I have the receipt. So then Ashley says the actress's name, the one who gave her the information. Still, she's getting nothing from Stacy. So now they're going back and forth and back. And then Ashley asks if Stacy is really divorced. And she says, yes, I am. But Ashley said, well, I looked it up and there's no record of it. And it is public record. And I don't see it. Girl, her divorce is in the same place as Robin's marriage license. Okay? Apparently they hide certain ones. Baby, they can't find Robin's marriage license and they can't find her divorce certificate, honey. Just chalk it up to lies, okay? It's a Potomac file. You didn't get yours in a Potomac file, the Housewives of Potomac file. So it's a special file just for the Real Housewives of Potomac. And they put y'all's stuff in there. And that's why you can't find it. Moving forward. Baby, so Stacy has had enough. And so she gets up and exits yet again. Baby, Stacy said, y'all gonna see the back of my head this season. I am not playing with y'all. Keep asking questions and I'm gonna keep on lying too. And I'm gonna keep on walking out so I don't have to answer. Stacy, girl, you lying and walking away ain't gonna work all season. Okay? But I did holler when you said Ashley needs to be Googling a voice coach. Because if that ain't the truth, I said, touche, Stacy, touche. In the next scene, Gizzard is at the Etch-a-Sketch house and she's an empty nester. She has absolutely nothing going on. So we're watching her strut around and walk through the West Wing. And then she flops on the bed and then she gets up and does a pirouette. I don't know what the hell is going on. Ma'am, this is giving that scene when Sheree had absolutely nothing to do. So she sat down and ate some salt and vinegar chips. What is going on? What is going on? Gizzard, why aren't you giving us nothing? Honey, you're giving us absolutely nothing. This is crazy. So since she was giving nothing, she decided to FaceTime Ashley, who was going to give more of nothing. So she FaceTime Ashley, and of course, Ashley brings up who? Stacy. Stacy. That's all they talk about, child. This whole episode was about Stacy and whatever Kiearna was going through, child. It was a fool. So she starts telling Giselle about Stacy keeping those lies alive, and Ashley says she told Stacy, girl, there is no divorce record of you. And here go Giselle, that ain't even divorced? I said, why she got to be all that? Because if somebody call you that, you're going to have a full-on fit. All you had to do was say, oh, so she ain't divorced either? Yet another lie. You didn't have to call her out of her name. But, yeah, anywho. Back over on the other side, we finally get to meet the new housewife, and her name is Angel. Now, she's Kiearna's real-life friend. They've been friends since they were 18. And Angel says the biggest misconception about her is that she's a bitch. Okay, but it's really RBF. She got it real bad. But she's actually a girl's girl, and, you know, she's not all that bad. So her and her husband, they moved to Colorado when her husband played for the Denver Broncos, but he's retired, so they're back. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's giving a hint of Monique. You know, that's how Monique came in the first season. She's the owner of Wonderland Outdoors. It gives like mountain luxury. She does meditation and mindfulness. She said it really helped her when her mom passed away. And my condolences to you. And Angel and Kiearna are about to go like do this little walk, right? So as they're walking, Angel was like, okay, girl, fill me in on the girls. And so Kiearna is basically telling her, okay, you know Giselle, and you do you know Ashley? And she was like, oh, girl, she used to be a bottle girl at this place I used to go to. So then she said, oh, and you know Wendy. And she said, well, I know her because she was roommates with my college big sister. But baby, then she said, I don't really know her like that because Wendy was older than her oldest brother. So by the time she came to Temple, Wendy was on her way out. But when she would see her coming across the yard, honey, stomping the yard, Wendy was very ambitious and she used to be wearing suits. I said, baby, not her wearing suits on campus. Okay, she was dressed to impress. I know that's right. So Kiearna starts telling Angel about how Wendy, you know, was kind of acting funny. She said Wendy was giving microaggressions. I said, do you know what a microaggression is, Kiearna? Y'all just be using words, honey. Anyway, she said she was giving microaggressions, and she brings up the NAACP event and how Wendy did not reveal that she was speaking at the event. And then she didn't speak to her when they went to another event. So she's just trying to figure out why Wendy is acting funny. Kiearna, listen, girl, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. You are fighting with everybody to make us forget about Greg. You're not fooling me. These are made up things, honey. It's giving fables and fallacies. And girl, you ain't mad because this girl didn't speak to you. I don't want to hear that. Now, I personally think that Kiearna should talk to Wendy before telling someone new to the group about Wendy like that. Because people who are not strong in the mind, they will go and formulate opinions based on how you feel about somebody. You shouldn't do that. I ain't like that, not one bit. In the next scene is the day of Ashley's second bloom ball. Now, she arrived before everybody else. All the ladies are trying to figure out, when was the first bloom? Did she bloom and we missed it? Is this the second annual bloom? What kind of bloom is it? Giselle said, girl, just say you getting a divorce and you want to have a party. I know, that's it. You're having a divorce party. It's been done before. So Angel and Kiearna are on their way, right? And they pan over to them in the car. And I did like what Angel said. She said, I cannot wait. I am so excited to formulate my own opinion about everybody. And I think that is the right way to go into it. Okay, I really do. Because you can take what somebody else feels and you may not feel that same way. And also watch your husband, honey. Okay, because as soon as Giselle get a hold to him, honey, he'll be a sneaky link. So keep your husband out of the way. Okay, and just come around the heifers at your own risk. Moving forward. Then we see Giselle walking in and she's introducing her friend Tia. She's a high-end luxury realtor from London, but her family is royalty in Nigeria. I said, uh-oh. I hope they don't try to turn her and Wendy against each other. Y'all know how they like to play. As soon as I heard that, I said, oh, Lord, not this again. I hope this ain't no foolishness. I really do. And baby Sharice is in the building. Hey, girl. Sharice can finally come around again, honey, because Karen's sitting down for a minute. So Sharice has made her appearance. Hey, girl. So then Stacy arrives after saying that she was not coming. She decided that she was going to grace Ashley with her presence. She said it's an opportunity for them to reset and take a step forward. So she came in and she's speaking to everyone, but she didn't speak to Kiearna. And I was like, oh, Lord, honey. Now, the reason why she ain't speaking to you, Kay, because you was coming in hot, and asking all them questions. And she ain't really want to answer those questions. So that's why she really wasn't speaking to you, but whatever. So then Wendy arrives last, and, she recognized Angel. She did say she's a familiar face, but she doesn't know her. And that aligns with what Angel said. Because I already know somebody going to be like, see, Wendy already acting funny, acting like she don't know her, just like she acted like she ain't know Karen. No, actually, Karen acted like she didn't know Wendy. Okay. And also, she did say the girl's face was familiar, but she doesn't know her. And that tracks. Because Angel said, I used to see her walking around in her suits, but I don't know her because she's older than my oldest brother. Now, I have to say this. All the ladies looked great. Y'all all looked so good. I said, look at y'all. Everybody looking pretty. Okay. So now it's time for Ashley to be introduced because she's blooming again and whatnot. And they introduced Ashley as the Duchess. Angel said, oh, from bottle girl to Duchess. I said, oh, honey, she going to be something else. Do you hear me? Baby, not from bottle girl to Duchess. Ashley is having a full-on carnation. Ashley, what is this? But you know what? Ashley going to put on a weird event if she don't do nothing else, y'all. So now Ashley comes on down. She's speaking her speech. I was like, girl, come on. Talk about I bloomed for one time and then I didn't bloom for another. And I was just happy she didn't sing, child. So I was like, girl, go on, girl. Preach up. Go on. Talk all you want to. Please talk all you want to. As long as you don't sing, honey. Moving forward. So the party is underway. The party's underway. Honey, the party's going on. So Giselle and Wendy, they go over there and they sit down. So they start talking. Giselle was trying to be shady, saying that Wendy's dress was inspired by her. And Wendy was like, no, this is archival. Okay. Not lay archive. That ain't Marlo stuff, is it? I'm sorry. She said it was archival, honey, not lay archive. Ooh, child. I thought you was wearing a dress from Marlo. Anywho, they sit down and kind of, like having a little bit of banter. And Kiearna comes and sits down in the middle of them speaking, mind you. She's like, I'm sitting here too. Don't ignore me. Wendy said, I wasn't ignoring you. I was speaking to, we were in the middle of talking. I was speaking to Giselle. She was like, well, I'm here too. Ma'am, they were already talking. Please don't piss me off. So Kiearna asked Giselle if she could excuse herself for a moment so that they can talk. So Giselle gets up, she leaves, and Kiearna starts going in about how Wendy does this thing where she will be one way on camera and then one way off camera. She said your on the phone energy is different than when we are in person. Wendy was like, what are you talking about? She said, okay, well, I told you that I was a sponsor at an event, but you did not tell me that you were actually speaking at that event. And Wendy looked at her like, what? She said, girl, I hyped you up. I was like, okay, sponsor. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that I should tell you that I was speaking. I didn't want to hijack your moment. And I completely understood that. I don't think you telling her you was speaking would hijack her moment, but I can understand just being like, okay, girl, blah, 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 blah. I'll be there as well. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal to me. Then she was mad because Wendy was up on stage and she didn't speak while she was on stage. Then she's mad because Wendy saw her at an event on a red carpet and looked at her and said, did you do your own makeup? Girl, ain't nobody gonna flag you down if they are on stage. Take all this energy and give it to Greg. Kiearna, you are bored, honey. You don't have to do this in order to succeed as a housewife. It's making you cringy and it's causing you to get on people's nerves. I can almost guarantee you got on somebody's central nervous system besides mine watching this episode. You ain't got to do all that. So over on the other side, Angel and Giselle are talking. Ashley is standing there as well, and Stacy is also there. Giselle says to Ashley, oh, okay, so you got a chance to know Ashley, meet Ashley. And she said, yeah, I like her. And Giselle said, well, she's really nice until she's not. And then Ashley goes, well, I'm able to get along with anyone, even if their breath stinks. And Stacey is like, are you talking about me? Now, I thought that was rude as hell. I know there's going to be some childish person that thought it was so funny, but I thought it was super rude and crass. And Angel, you got in on talking about this woman's breath. Please don't join in the mean girl shenanigans. Please don't. There was no reason to comment. Giselle will try to bait you to see if she can recruit you for her team. Don't let her do that. If they want to talk about Stacy, somebody that they've known, and talk about her breath, let them do that by themselves. You're just getting there. There's absolutely no reason why you should be like, yeah, it was a little tart. I thought that was tacky, but maybe that's just me. So Stacy and Ashley go to the side, and Stacy wants to know what Ashley's problem is. And she claims that it's because Stacy is a liar. Girl, y'all were friends with Mia. I'm just not buying it's because Stacy is a liar. I think you're just bored and you're nosy and you don't have anything else to talk about. And so you decided to make Stacy a target. If she a liar, she ain't going to be the first one on here. Okay? So now they're going back and forth and back. They're getting progressively louder. Ashley wants to know why she's hiding things. Stacy is trying to get a word in edgewise. Now Ashley is telling her to gallop away with her size 11 shoes. I said, Ashley, not you recycling Candace's old reads. Girl, anyway, Stacy's friend then comes over. And he's like, what do you need from her? Do you want to see the divorce papers or what? Child, please. I wouldn't give Ashley nothing. Nobody owes Ashley anything. Y'all already getting on my nerves. Nobody has to give you anything. It's giving obsession. It would be one thing if you came on and you asked a few questions and then we didn't get down to the bottom of it. And then we, went through some episodes and you brought it up again. This was the only thing that went on in episode 1. The only thing. So then Ashley says, no, Stacy, you misrepresented yourself. And she's pointing her finger in Stacy's face. And Stacy is like, girl, get your finger out of my face. And Ashley is still doing it. Ashley, listen. Girl, oh my God, you so lame, honey. You know who to play with. And while all this is going on, Wendy and Kiearna are arguing about her doing her own damn makeup. So on one side, you hear Wendy saying, well, the reason why I asked you if you did your own makeup, then you hear on the other side, Ashley and Stacy, you misrepresented yourself. And everything is a fool while Giselle stands over on the side and chuckles. And that was the end of the episode. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. I wasn't impressed. I'm sorry. I know they tried to hurry up and get it together or whatever because Karen went to the big house, but it gave not much for me. Okay. I think it can get better. I do. I think it can get better and I think it will. I think the new ladies will add something. I was impressed by them for the first few minutes and I'm happy that they introduced them in the beginning because you know how on certain franchises, they introduced the new housewives like 4 or 5 episodes in. So I am happy that they got it started right away. So we shall see. Y'all comment down below and I'm going to comment back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.